Yesterday, President Ruto hosted leaders from Murang'a County at State House, as you can see here. Now, in this video, I want us to look into the unnoticed events that went down in regards to this meeting, and with no further ado, let's get after it. Number 1, as Ruto was meeting 6 Murang'a MCAs at State House, Riggy held a parallel meeting where he also met with MCAs. In fact, of the 31 MCAs elected in Murang'a County, Riggy met with 19, as you can see in these images. Now let me shock you even further. 70% of the people who were ferried to State House from Murang'a were not Ruto loyalists. They were operatives from DCP. Riggy literally sent them to eat Ruto's money. How do we know this? We know this because of a Moses Kuria post. Just check this out, and I quote, "Fidelity to political ideology is key. On Thursday, I was in the company of many Murang'a leaders who are preparing to take delegations to State House. What shocked me was the many DCP-affiliated leaders who are calling the State House-bound leaders, requesting them to hide their members in their State House lists so that they can benefit from the 10K bounty. I understand State House was 70% DCP members. I think this is immoral. DCP, keep your members out of State House. Be principled." So Ruto was getting clowned home and away. You call MCAs, wanakuja wachache. The rest, they go to Wamunyoro. The same MCAs bring large delegations which don't comprise of your supporters. It is watu wa DCP wamekuja tu kukula pesa yako. So there was no profit for William Ruto on that day. It was minuses and minuses. Pesa inatoka, kura inatoka. At the end of the day, he's left exposed. But he'll never learn. Acha endelee na hizi mikutano. Number 2, Rigathi now claims that Ruto has unleashed a small blue wheelbarrow to cheat the people of Murang'a to sponsor a candidate and further divide the mountain. Now I'll play for you the tip. That'll tell you more about that blue wheelbarrow. Here's the tip.
What is happening in State House is a choreography. It's a strategy by William Ruto to divide the mountain. The other day he called the people of Kiambu and told them to remove themselves to the rest of the mountaineers. The other day he called the people of Meru and told them to remove themselves from the other mountaineers. Even today, he is cheating the people of Murang'a that they have never led and it's their time to lead. And we know for sure he has prepared a small blue wheelbarrow to confuse the people of Murang'a so that he can cheat them to have a presidential candidate whom he is sponsoring, whom he is spending money on to come and divide the votes in Murang'a.
Now what blue wheelbarrow is Riggy talking about? It's Moses Kuria's Chama cha Kazi. Riggy is basically just saying that there will come another party which is an affiliate of UDA to try and confuse the masses. Doesn't necessarily mean it has a blue wheelbarrow. But from where I see it, that is Moses Kuria's party, because as we speak, Moses Kuria is already sponsoring candidates even in neighboring counties. For instance, through his Chama cha Kazi party, Moses Kuria has picked up Duncan Mbui, the former DCP candidate in the Mbeere North by-election. Just have a look at this certificate. You can see it reads Chama cha Kazi. The logo is mostly blue. Now this is a nomination certificate and it reads, "This is to certify that Duncan Ireri Mbui, ID number so and so, has been duly nominated by Chama cha Kazi to contest for the position of Member of National Assembly Mbeere North Constituency, Embu County in the by-elections to be held on 27th November 2025, issued on 12th September 2025. And you can see the SG James has signed and also the Executive Director Philip Mushiri. So that's the blue wheelbarrow that Riggy is talking about. I've seen some people trying to make it a Didi Nyoro issue, but Nyoro has no party, so I don't see how he gets caught up in that crossfire. And it was always a long con. When you look look at Moses Kuria when he resigned from his State House advisory role, this is what he was sent to do. Ruto discovered he doesn't need Moses Kuria in State House. He needs him on the ground. I bet your salary hata ikusimamishwa, probably iliongezwa. Because now what they're trying to do in Mbeere North, they are having their own candidate, Mushiri, and then they are bringing this candidate Mbui using Moses Kuria's chama cha kazi. And as we approach the election day, this fellow called Mbui will stand down to endorse the UDA candidate and give him that final push to the finish line. It's a long con. It's exactly what Rigiji is calling it, a blue wheelbarrow, designed to dupe people to look like the old one. Number 3, both the senator and governor of Murang'a County boycotted Ruto's meeting. Ruto organized and took 19 MCAs to meet with Rigiji, and Governor Irungu Kang'ata failed to even acknowledge what was happening in State House. Instead, he was busy tweeting about onboarding Murang'a businesses to GIS. In fact, here's his post during that same moment when Ruto was meeting leaders from his own backyard, and I quote, Murang'a County will conduct an exercise between 22nd and 26th September 2025 to onboard Murang'a businesses into GIS system, create a one-stop shop application where county services are available on your mobile phone. Today, we trained data clerks Murang'a, and subsequently here are the 4 images. So long story short, 70% of Murang'a MCAs want nothing to do with Ruto. The senator and the governor are disinterested, and the current Trojan horse Moses Kuria anatafutiwa antivirus in Murang'a and also in Mbeere North. Things are moving very wonderfully. Having said that though, let's see what Kenyans on X had to say in regards to the MCA's meetup with Rigiji, and I quote, Poverty Index said, please put a list of the ones who attended the function in State House. We have some scores to settle. Moses Kihiko said, these are true leaders standing with the community against all odds. They are heroes, others are sellouts just after their stomachs, which will never get satisfied. Marjan Mustafa said, we as Kibra tumewachwa nyuma. Fikia ground Mhesh tunakutaka Kibra. We need a link of communication with you. Rush said, never relent, make sure the Mount Kenya vote is never to be used to give anyone an easy ride to State House, and then they turn around and insult and demean us. Never again. Mwai said, kudos to the MCAs for refusing this ungodliness act of corruption. Fighting for rights is what is paramount. But what say you guys? Do drop me your comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And with that, here's today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really, really need to subscribe to. All right, guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.